Well, hey now, everybody. It's the Rob from 106.1 KISS FM and 103GBFRocks.com. Here with my tag team partner in podcasting, the super heavyweights, Mr. Jerry Valeri. Good morning, Jer.
You got 24 hours to learn how to fight.
That both of us were referencing this weekend's Something to Wrestle with Bruce Pritchard and Conrad Thompson, and killer episode if you don't listen to those, the Hardcore Holly episode. I was telling you earlier, I haven't read a lot of wrestling books lately, but like I guess maybe 2-3 years ago, I read Bob Holly's book, The Hardcore Truth. And the best way I can sum that book up is I didn't like that book. I loved that book. In hindsight, I always loved Hardcore Holly. I mean, sure, like I'm Sparky Plug, like that was what it was. But like when he became Hardcore Holly, that's when everything really took off. And listening to that podcast reminds me what everyone loved about him. He was just a tough badass, and he spoke his mind. And I guess he was the same off camera as he was on. And he was an old school wrestler in like a modern day era. I wouldn't go as far as to say I loved him, but what I would say, and the reason I picked up the book was, so I would turn the book to a random page in Barnes & Noble. I wasn't sure I was going to buy it or not. And on 3 of the 4 pages I turned to, there was something about how Shawn Michaels is a real dick. And I was like,
he hates the click, like, man, all the way through.
He, like Conrad said, he's shooting on everybody in this book. And
he's cutting promos.
He's cutting promos, man. And the book, but when you think about it, even though he did not have what I would call a historic run, like he's not like a first ballot Hall of Famer. He's like a fringe Hall of Famer at best. But he was in the company, employed continuously from like 93 to like 08. And there are some...
He worked through injury after injury.
There are some killer stories in that book. So if you're looking for a good one that you may not have thought of, I really loved Bob's Hardcore Truth.
Do you know why I think I loved Hardcore Holly more than you? Is because I always liked the hardcore matches. The hardcore title with the 24/7 rule. And, I'm frustrated to find out that Dave Meltzer never thought that Crash Holly got over and that Hardcore Holly and the Holly family wasn't over, because I thought it was over. I thought it was over in my life.
Yeah, I associate the 24/7 stuff more with Crash, but like I do love the stuff that like, he didn't like Crash at first just because he thought it was, piggybacking off of Hardcore, and then they added Molly, and yeah, I mean, just some of the stuff in there is great. So, we can stop plugging another podcast, but I love that show.
I'm sorry I do that. I do that a lot though, but I can't help it. I love them, and they were on Raw last night, or Bruce was.
Yeah, Bruce was. I'm not upset about it. I'm just saying we can, get to our own one now. I love the shirt that you're wearing.
Yeah, it was nice to see Bruce on TV, not wearing one of his own shirts for once.
Boy, should we just start with Raw?
Yeah, I mean, I can sum up the entire show with 2 words.
Please.
David Otunga.
Oh, that's my first notes.
Like,
why is Coach never there?
I don't know what his contract says. I don't know if he's still finishing dates with ESPN or different obligations, but he never travels overseas. And so I thought it was an overseas thing. I thought, okay, so he didn't go to Saudi Arabia. That's fine. He didn't go to England. Okay, I get it. Coach doesn't travel overseas. There's something in his contract. But now they're in Houston, and that's not over any sea. So I don't know what the deal is.
Hold on. I saw an article, but I didn't read it about where he was last night. If you give me 1 second, I'm sure.
Look it up, because I'd like a god darn explanation as to why I had to listen to David Otunga, who... The best part of the whole night was when Corey was like, "It's been a while since we worked together, Dave." And then Dave just doesn't say anything. I'm like, oh my God, this is just terrible. And it sums up all of Raw. Okay. It was a David Otunga Raw.
So you were close when you said he had commitments to ESPN.
Sure.
He had commitments on the Golf Channel.
So he's working out some kind of a contract with them.
clearly before he gets.
He is rough, man. He's rough to listen. Thank God that we are not hearing him on a weekly basis anymore.
I just thought to myself, why in the world isn't Booker T there tonight of all nights in his hometown of Houston?
Yeah, that's such a weird choice. You're right. Bruce Pritchard.
Of all the places to put Booker T,
yeah, you think
put him in Houston.
The slam dunk would be that one. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Bruce Pritchard got more screen time than Booker T last night.
My goodness.
Who'd have thought that? Man, I don't like just coming out of the gate angry like this, but I did not think it was a good show last night. Higher hopes for SmackDown, I suppose, but Raw's killing me with the length, and it's just been this build to Money in the Bank has been nothing. You know, outside of Lashley and Zayn and a smidge of Rousey and Jax, they're giving us no storylines, man, and it's killing me.
I disagree there because I think they're finally giving us storyline with Seth Rollins and Elias. And then they're giving us the story. They've given us Roman Reigns and Jinder Mahal. I'm not saying they're great stories, but they're giving us stories. And I like those stories. I like both of those stories more than Sami Zayn and Bobby Lashley and Ronda Rousey and Nia Jax.
I'm going to disagree on both of those.
Okay. The Nia Jax and Ronda Rousey is really missing the mark on me.
It's missing the mark on me, but I feel like there's more substance there. Like they had the thing at the upfronts. I agree it was lousy, but it was something. And then you had, last night you had Rousey on commentary, worried about worried about Natalya being hurt. I thought it's still not great, but it's better than, Jinder and Roman just beat each other up. And I feel like Seth and Elias is really just an extension of the ladder match. Oh, wait, no, they're not in the ladder match, are they?
They're not. No, it's their own thing. It's an Intercontinental Championship match between Seth and Elias. Okay, here,
you know what? Let me give you a little bit. I'll meet you halfway with that. While I'm not positive it's better than Rousey and Jax, I liked the music video concept last night, how he had a kind of like a music video of him assaulting Seth the night before or the week before.
Yes, I like that.
Yeah, that was different. I liked that.
I also liked jumping further into the show. I liked the back and forth promo between Jinder and Roman Reigns. I thought that was interesting.
And then it kind of came to a head when they met up in the hallway.
Yeah, I thought that was pretty good.
Yeah, I kind of liked that. I'm not always an immediate gratification guy. Like I like to plant seeds and watch them grow. But normally you wouldn't see two opposing promos like that end up in a face-to-face. That was kind of different. But I still am going to give the winner, strangely enough, and I'm not saying it's great. I'm just saying it's the best of the four. To me, it's easily Lashley and Zayn. And you disagree?
I mean, I don't disagree that it's okay. I can't get on board with. I can't get on board with Lashley right now. Zayn's carrying the whole thing.
Zayn's leveling up, man. Zayn is leveling up in this,
which is a shame because he's just going to get buried in this match.
Doesn't matter. I used to not take his promos seriously because they're goofy and he's always doing weird mannerisms. And I didn't like the way his voice I didn't like the cadence and rhythm of his voice. He just missed with me always. And now he's evolved into, I'll just call it a real promo. What's up?
I've always liked Zayn enough. I've liked him more than you have. But now I think I like him less than you because you've leveled up on him, and I'm just like, oh, okay, this is the Sami Zayn that I've seen. It's just he's getting more screen time.
Dating.
So I'm trying to think of how to say this without sounding like I'm pooping all over him because I think he's doing a really good job, and I think he's carrying this feud. But like Bobby Lashley standing in the middle of the ring smiling, like he's killing it for me. He just is killing it for me.
His last three. Okay, that's Lashley. I'm with you on that. I'm with you on the smiles. I'm with you on all that stuff.
But they are tied together here. I mean, like you have to like them both to like the feud.
No, let me ask you this question: do you not think Sammy's last 3 weeks of promos, going back to the 12-finger Tommy, do you not think these last 3 weeks of promos have been probably his 3 best in WWE.
They've definitely been his most visible.
I think by a mile.
Okay. Some of the ones he did with Kevin Owens on SmackDown I thought were good, like the Yep movement, and those were good.
Yeah, but if you watch him, he's also annoying me. And like the one, was it him or it was him, I think. It was like defining what ringside was. Like that was good. Where are you?
Do you see that right there? Or is that on my screen?
No, what?
You see that?
What's going on, buddy?
On my screen, there's like a string. It's like Stranger Things, like the upside down. It looks like there's like a cobweb, but I don't see it. And I can't feel it, and it's distracting the hell out of me.
I see nothing. I just thought you were having a stroke. Like I honestly thought something was wrong. Like seriously, and I thought I might have to call 911 for State College because my best friend's having a stroke.
This is not out of the ordinary for me to just get distracted. I try my best to not get distracted. It's the 30 minutes a day that I try not to get distracted.
Well, okay.
But that's making me crazy.
So like, I've had a family member recently who had what's called a mini stroke. And when you have a mini stroke, like your mouth, like, you'll speak and you're going to speak like, it will sound like your normal pacing and cadence in your voice, but you're making nonsense sounds. You're not actually saying words.
Did you ever see that reporter that had that on live TV?
Maybe, but I kind of thought you were having a version of that because you start like the camera's on you and you kind of just start pointing around, and I'm like, I don't know what's going on. I really thought you were having a mini stroke.
I wasn't having a mini stroke. Although now when you post this on the face to face. When you post this on the post-to-post, just goddamn it, just move on.
He's having a mini stroke. This is what mini strokes look and sound like.
But I'm going to take that reporter stroke video and I'm going to post it so you guys can see what I'm talking about.
By the way, I want to give a big thank you to everyone who has liked the Post-to-Post Facebook page, or as Jerry calls it, the Face-to-Face Postbook page. I want to thank everyone who's been commenting. These have been getting a good bit of views, at least on Facebook, and that's because everyone's enthusiasm and everyone's interaction with it. So thank you to everyone who's been following us. And if you're watching this and you want to join the conversation about, well, today it's about Jerry's mini stroke, you can follow us facebook.com/post-to-post podcast.
And share it with your friends. If we get 5,000 likes, we'll do an episode on the British Bulldog.
We'll do a bonus show.
We'll do a bonus show. Unforgiven 97. I don't know.
So yeah, it sounds like we disagree, and that's fine, but I think that Sammy's been delivering his best work. This should be his resume, so to speak, if he ever needed to find a different job, because I'm not disagreeing with you on what Sammy's doing. I don't know. I don't like it because I know it's Lashley. And for some reason I don't like Lashley. I get not liking Lashley, and he's not living up to his end of the bargain, I feel like. But this is one of the matches I'm actually kind of finding myself excited about. I'll go ahead and give more praise to the show. Well, I don't even know if this is praise. I was having a really hard time. Let me ask you, if you're looking to name the show one of the most buzzworthy moments from last night's show, what would you name the show today? I don't think I'd name it Braun Strowman match brought to you by Schick. What? Did you notice that? What do you mean? The Braun Strowman match? You had Braun Strowman. Who did Braun Strowman face? I forget all of a sudden. It was it wasn't Balor. Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode. That's right. It was Braun Strowman and Bobby Roode, brought to you by Schick Ultra, blah, 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 blah. And the whole match itself was brought to you by Gotcha. Was brought to you by Schick. And I was like, that's weird. Now we're sponsoring individual matches. Well, it's that I didn't even notice last night. So to answer your question, realistically, buzzworthy moment, what would I name it? That's what I'm asking you. Because my answer might surprise people.
Would it be Kevin? Would it be Would it be Baron Corbin ruins? Would it be Curt Hawkins loses 200 in a row?
Oh, well, I actually went with Curt Hawkins promises to buy WWE Universe tacos if he beats I forget the
jobber.
It was Matt Harden or something like that. James Harden.
James Harden.
We speak your name, James Harden. Seeing that large amount of tacos there got me thinking. And mouse got all funky.
Oh, I can still hear you.
Yeah, you can hear me because we're talking through the phone.
Oh.
Hold on a second. Give me.
Okay.
All right, it looks like the room's still open, but I don't think people can see me anymore.
No, I don't think they can. So now is it just on me?
Yeah, we're locked on you, but I think we're still good.
Okay. Listen, I've done this to you a million times, so we're okay.
Hey, if anyone's listening, can someone shoot me is that an accurate summation of what has happened on this podcast?
Last week, I thought we were hitting home runs. Tonight, we're just striking out.
Well, so one of us had a mini stroke, so bear with us.
It's the face-to-face postbook page, and that's what this should be called. I love that you named it that, and I thought Curt Hawkins was going to win. I thought he was going to win.
I didn't know what to make of it, but seeing all those tacos made me think that he might just win.
And what a way to get a gimmick for him. Have him just offer the crowd tacos. They started cheering him immediately.
Okay, so I'm hearing that. I think I'm getting differing information here. Steve says we're both being heard, but only Jerry can be seen. And then Mike's saying that it went black, but now it's just Jerry. Okay, so I think we can hear both of us and see Jerry. I'm cool with that.
Yeah, this is just like when I get appled. You've been appled out of the room.
Yeah, it was a bad mouse. That's what I got. I closed the whole room, and I don't even know if I can get back in here. I wonder if I'm afraid to even try anything.
Don't even worry about it. We've got 10 minutes.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah, I think we're good. So we'll continue with that. So I enjoyed that segment because it had a jobber going over, a rare instance of a jobber going over, which, by the way, if you're a jobber, make your name James. Because whether you're Ellsworth or Harden, you seem to have good luck.
They love you.
Yeah. They
love you. I don't mind Curt Hawkins' gimmick being I've lost 200 in a row. And now I want him to lose 300 in a row.
But what kind of sucks about this is it's a little bit like Goldberg's streak in that we've only seen on TV like 3 of those losses.
Sure.
The other ones have all been at house shows, and I'm sure it's still fudged from that point.
It's got to be fudged. Meltzer would know. I'm sure he knows for sure what the record actually is. But Curt Hawkins lost in State College, so that's at least one.
Or maybe it is legit. I don't know.
Could be.
I was trying to explain to Brittany how, because I was explaining to her how excited you are to come in for SmackDown. And I was saying it's been a long time since Jerry's been to a TV taping. And how long has it been since you've been to a TV taping?
I'm going to get this wrong because I'm terrible with dates, and you know that. But it was the last TV taping. Could it possibly have been with you when we were at Philly?
That was 2006.
Yeah, probably.
Wow, really?
I would say it was Philly. It might have been the Super Show, unless Survivor Series was after it.
Yeah, Survivor Series was later in 2006, but still 2006. So
could it have been Survivor Series? Was it the last one?
So
I vaguely remember another Raw.
It's been 12 years at least that SmackDown's a TV show has been to State College?
At least. Listen, I want to talk to Bruce Pritchard on the phone. I want him to call me. I'm buying a shirt so he calls, because I want to ask him, why would this be? I've heard so many different rumors as to why they don't bring TV back to State College. Because if you remember, if you go back and you look, State College during the Attitude Era, it was part of the loop.
Sure.
It was part of the TV loop, big time.
So
and then it stopped.
I feel like it can't have, it had to be less than 12 years though. Are you looking it
All
up?
right. I'm going to look it up right here while we're talking. So
The last Raw I was at in State College was the one where Batista put Triple H through a table when Batista got to choose which champion he was going to fight. And that was on the road to WrestleMania 21. And Jerry and I are both at that one together, but I know there's been a live Raw since 2005.
Okay, I have it.
What is it?
And I definitely was there.